Decorating your house with displays or artificial plants is boring, but beautifying it with ornamental plants will undoubtedly be an incredible sight to impress your guests. They lift your mood and bring freshness into the house. It isn't always necessary for plants to live in an outdoor environment. Thus, with creativity, you can have a living garden for indoor or outdoor decoration. Since there are endless plant variations, you'll also have many options. Check out these 12 living gardens to lift your mood and impress your guests. As usual, SimpHome presents you with the list. Number 12. A copper PVC planter. It is a delightful and unexpected way to display plants in this copper PVC planter. The materials used are half-inch piping with various measurements, including 10 elbow fittings, 1 elbow fitting with 1 side threaded, 2 crosses, and a red valve. The pipes are assembled in 3 parts, then put all together according to the picture above. Next, paint the PVC with metallic copper spray paint. Fit the valve into the bottom elbow connector. Using nails, mount it to the wall. Finally, add your plants. You can use soil as the media or pick air plants or succulents for non-soil ones. Number 11. An elegant planter for your porch for less than $25. First, glue the rug onto the can tightly with the help of a clamp and ropes. Once the glue dries, drill holes at the bottom of the can for drainage and spray paint the can. Now move on to the lid. You should tape the swing cover to glue it easily from the inside. Next, put the soil in the lid, arrange the plants, and put the planter on top of the can. Putting a large rock inside the trash can is important to prevent it from falling off due to heavy plants on top. Number 10. Create a sign with plants. Unlike other planters using chicken wire, this giant letter planter creates mini planter rows so you can replant them easier. The K letter is 4 feet by 4.5 feet by 5 inches deep. You need a cedar with various measurements. First, build the backside of the letter using 1x12s, then use the 1x4s to complete the sides. Next is the 1x3s for the front trims. Using 1x6s, install the inside slats at a 45-degree angle with 7 inches gap. Secure all these pieces using brad nails and wood glue. After the slats are complete, drill small holes in the bottom. Then, it's time to plant your babies. Number 9. Turn a lampshade into a plant stand. With a skillful hand, the abandoned vintage wire lampshade frame can be a fabulous industrial-style plant stand. Vintage product is known for its robust quality, as this lampshade has welded spokes, making it strong enough to take the weight of a plant and ceramic pot. To start, strip off the old material from your lampshade. Remove the internal wires until you get your desired look, then paint it with enamel spray. Next, attach a gorgeous olive wood chopping board as the top of the stand using all-purpose glue. Number 8. A hanging herb garden idea. Firstly, get a 1200 by 180 by 18 mm timber board and mark 5 circle holes with 10 cm diameter and 10 mm holes at each of the 4 corners. Next, cut the circles using a jigsaw blade. Then sand the whole board to get a smooth surface. To hang it on, start drilling 4 holes in the ceiling to attach a hook to each one. Just thread a strong cord through each hole in the corners of the board. Then make a loop at each end, then put the loops over the hooks in the ceiling. Now you can add fresh herbs. Number 7. A simple terrarium project idea. A terrarium is a no-fuss way to carve out a mesmerizing look in any room. They come in various designs, and this one is the easiest to make from an old jar. You also need small stones or pebbles, soil, activated charcoal, and decoration. Small tools like pencils or chopsticks, little trowels, and long spoons will help you a lot. To set your terrarium, put the pebbles about 2 to 3 centimeters as the base layer and drainage. Next, scatter the charcoal and add enough soil for the roots to sit comfortably inside. You can place the plants after this. Use stones, moss, or sand to cover up the soil. Put in some decorations if you want. Number 6. A succulent wreath idea. To begin, you need a metal ring, sphagnum moss, flexible wire, and succulents. Start by moistening the moss in a bucket of water, then stuff the metal ring full of moss. With the flexible wire, wrap the moss to the ring to ensure it holds tightly. Now start designing your succulents on the wreath. You must leave it for at least 6 weeks until the roots hold. Keep it lying flat, and don't forget to mist it with water daily. Number 5. How to build a succulent inside a picture frame? First of all, you have to make the box. Then prepare a frame and apply some glue to the back of it. Stretch a piece of garden fabric and stick it on top of the applied glue. It'll prevent the soil from falling out of the front. Now attach the box to the frame with the cloth in between. Then fill the box with enough damp sphagnum moss and cover the back with the remainder of the board. You should paint the frame before planting the succulents. Number 4. The old towel planter idea. To create this planter, you need to dip the towel in a cement mixture made from 2 parts of cement with 1 part peat moss and 1 part perlite. The perfect mixture composition is neither too thick nor too watery. To set up the shape of the towel, place the cement-draped towel over a bucket and swirl it in your desired shape. Then leave it to dry under the sun. Once completely dry, you can paint it or leave it as it is for a natural look. Number 3. Book a succulent planter to spruce up your coffee table. To start, get yourself a thick hard-covered book and slather a good coating of tacky glue onto the outside pages. Be careful that you'll leave the outer jackets. Once it dries, glue the last page to the book's back cover. After that, cut a rectangular hollow out of the book's center closer to the back cover. Then, using a glue gun, coat the book's inside with 2 mm plastic cloth. Before closing the front cover, cut the exact rectangular shape as beneath. Now you can plant your succulents and cover the soil with gravel. Number 2. A beautiful planter made of tire. To start, you'll need 1 old tire, a wooden board cut to 3 with 12-inch long pieces with 15-degree angles at each end, 200 feet of sisal rope, 3/4-inch plywood, or the end of the wooden spool. Start with lining up the spool on the tire, then drill 4 holes through the plywood and into the tire's sidewall. Next, attach the rope around the tire from the bottom edge of the wood base. To attach the 3 legs, position them in a triangle and place them at the center of the wood base. Glue them down, then attach them using 2-inch pocket screws. After that, you can grow your favorite plants or flowers. Before we complete the countdown with our final choice of the current list, we'd like to inform you that if you need other improvement ideas, you have SimpHome Content Collections on your side. There, we cover other interesting topics such as garden, home improvement, finance, bathroom upgrade, bedroom update ideas, and many more. We'll see you there, and until we meet again sometime in the future, let's close our countdown with number 1. A simple rocky planter idea. The basic materials are a sturdy metal can, 2 sheets of 12 by 12-inch river rock mesh tile, thin-set mortar, and grout. First, you must punch holes for drainage because this is a planter. Then, apply the thin-set mortar thickly to adhere the river rock mesh tile to the outside of the bucket. This step will be easier if you turn the bucket upside down. The next day, add some grout to fill the rock tiles. That's it for now. Before you leave this presentation, we'd like to appreciate every second you spend watching the video. If we deserve more of your attention in the future, press the subscribe button if you haven't done it already. Like the video if you believe it will motivate the YouTube algorithm to push the video to more people. Honestly though, it's more like a myth to us, so feel free to move on with your plan after the video ends. Lastly, we hope you have great luck with your health and project. See you again soon.